I know it's bad, but I can't help myself. When I feel sad, I escape from my sense. Lately music's been my reminiscence. That's when I listen. I know it's bad that I can't help myself. When I get mad, I set fire to the hell. The only way to keep it at a distance, that's when I listen. Music is the reason why I stay, stay, stay. A cheering melody will fix a melancholic heart. The music is the reason, the music is the reason why I stay. That's when I need tunes to keep on living, like someone's listening. I see the signs when I seek for the lights. I know it's bad when I forget myself. Lately music's been my self-reminder, my self-reminder. Music is the reason why I stay. The music is the reason why I stay.
Hello and welcome everybody back at Speedy It's Racing. Today we are taking a few laps again around Monza, a bit less than yesterday as this is only an hour long series if I'm up to date. And we have quite a lot of drivers attending this race today. 21 um, people have showed up for the event, and even in qualifying we can see some really good battles on track as it's quite crowded, and I don't think a lot of people will be able to get in a lot of clean laps, so it's really kind of a madness on track, but I'll show it to you in a second. But in the meanwhile, I have to introduce my co-commentator from yesterday and my co-coordinator at Speediot. Lolly, how are you doing?
Hi guys, thanks Klubi. I'm doing fine. And we are looking for an interesting race for today.
Okay, so let's switch to the game view. And I think we are actually having quite a great weather. The track temperature is 32, which is really in the optimal range, and the air temperature is just cold enough to not overheat the engines. So people can put in some fast laps, if I'm being honest. I'm able to see a lot of new faces as I wasn't commentating the full Season 3. But I still see some familiar faces such as Trevor Byford and Darren Byford in P3 and P9.
They are still here.
They are still here.
And there are some older faces here, but most of the league is new. We have a lot of new guys here, and
well, I mean, we are an ever-changing community, you know, we are always open to new people, and a lot of people just want to try something new. Hope we can see them back one day. And guys, the applications for being a commentator are still open. We'll start reviewing the applications in about a day or two, and then you will get an answer. Please, if you have any reference, so any footage that we can review, please send that as well. It makes the whole audition process a bit easier. So yeah, but back to racing. What are your predictions today? Because you were here last season. I'm not even sure who was the champion last season.
My predictions are, I think Testai will be the race leader with his 1 minute 47 second lap time, and for second place I think we will have a close fight between, who is that, Carazzo, I don't know, Carazzo did not make a lap time yet. We will see.
So, well, my prediction is who was the champion last season? I believe it was Testai.
It was Fabio Galamini was the last.
Oh, true. It was
champion, and Testai was the second.
So,
but Testai could have won the championship. Just he missed some of the races.
So it might be his redemption arc this racing season, and I mean he's kind of standing strong. His lap time is yeah.
We have some yellow flag deployed on sector 2.
Oh yeah, probably some guy getting out of the way of Trevor Byford, who we are currently watching. I can see multiple yellow flags as of now.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which one to look at.
Track is really crowded right now.
So just what I said, it's really hard to put in a clean lap time, but Giacomo Testai for sure did it because he has a 0.6 of a second advantage over everyone else on track. And he'll be a tough to beat opponent today. Probably he mastered the track quite well, and I believe he is Italian, yes, so it is one of his home tracks.
And Carazzo made his lap, and damn, he took the first place.
Oh, Luca Carazzo, another Italian, is stepping up to take the pole position, but with
of a second.
With nearly 1/10 of a second, yes.
Yeah. as it seems now, only 2 people left without any qualifying time.
Well, I mean, still 10 minutes left in the race, or in the qualifying session overall, so I think everyone will get a chance to put in a lap time. And in the practice session, I saw Van der Linden, currently sitting in 21st place on the qualifying leaderboard. He was around mid-pack, so we will be seeing some movement on the leaderboard, in my opinion, but I would gladly hear yours. So what do you think about that?
I don't really paid attention. Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. So it's really just, you know, Giacomo Testai and Luca Caruso still fighting it out, in my opinion, because pole position isn't quite decided yet. We still have time for a few more hot laps to be done. And I think Caruso and Testai will still have some close battles, but Caruso got another faster, even faster lap time with 0.3 of a second ahead of Giacomo Testai.
Yeah, and if we are looking back on the league, these 2 people still didn't made a lap time yet, as it stands, but they still have almost 8 minutes.
Yeah, and also I'm not sure if you've seen Van der Linden or I'm not sure what the last gentleman's
Yeah,
nationality is. It's Dutch. Okay, so Max Nachev, I think that's how to pronounce it, but I'm of course going off of English pronunciation, so he'll probably have to correct me there. I'm not sure if you've seen them during practice sessions, but I think both of them were around the mid-pack. And with them
yeah,
not
exactly.
having a lap time yet, that doesn't mean that they won't be causing some chaos around 10th, 11th positions. So I'm really, really looking forward to what lap time they can put in. And just what I said with the APX GP car, Max Nechev, the Dutchman, getting a position in 12th place, but not stopping yet. As I can see, he's still going for the apexes. He's not slowing down, not holding that car back. So he's not even having a cooldown lap. He'll go for it once again.
Yeah, I think Van der Linden can make a fairly great lap time and qualifies around mid league. But we will see soon.
So interesting, still one person who didn't put a lap time in, who's none other than Sam van der Linden. In that beautiful Sky Tempest Racing McLaren. Honestly, that's one of my favorite base game liveries ever on a McLaren. So it would be my choice as well if I would be going to Racing League with no team, or with the team but not racing with the team as of now.
Yeah, it's great. It's really beautiful, or I don't know. Full of colors.
Full of colors.
Colorful, yeah.
Oh, dives down on the inside. What is
Oh,
happening
damn.
during qualifying? Who was that? It was one of the Ferraris. I think it was Turovash in. Well,
It
if I
was
could find.
G Racing.
Oh, oh, it was Guido Racing.
Good Racing, yeah.
Wow, what a dirty move. Well, we'll probably see some paybacks on this race. I'm not sure. I'm not encouraging anyone, but I think we might. As that was a really dirty maneuver, in my opinion.
He really tried to stop Van der Linden to make a clean lap and maybe get a time at the last second.
Well, Van der Linden still has time to put in 2 laps. One could be his warm-up lap again. Oh, really close there. A bit of mismeasuring. Warming up his tires, probably got cold. I think he stopped for a second. But this is his out lap, so we won't be seeing any fast laps just yet. Oh, and what is happening at the front? Luca Carozzo is making even faster laps. I think we have a new championship contender on our hands.
Yeah.
A newcomer doing pro laps, by the way. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, and the fact is he's registered at amateur category.
Well, I mean, we'll be putting people here and there during the season. But still, wow, damn. That's a fast lap time. I don't think I've ever gotten on like under 147.68 maybe. So that's really fast. Jesus Christ. But who we should be looking at is Giacomo Testai, who is still trying to secure that pole position and maybe not get overtaken by... Oh, goes off the track and gets his lap invalidated. Doesn't matter, he still has a lap left. So if I would be him, I would be just saving my tires and then focusing on next lap. Just, you know, cooling down a bit, get the excitement off and just lock in. But if Testai cannot put in a better lap, there is a chance of Kittel, who is with Garage 59. Dominic Kittel. He might as well just... Oh, kicks the back end. Wow. Probably Giacomo Testai and Dominic Kittel will be battling for P2 on the grid, the second front row seat, as their lap times are quite close to each other with only 1/10 of a second difference. Of course, in racing terms, 1/10 of a second might be a lot, but considering that they still have a hot lap left, I think both of them have a chance of securing that second first row seat. Who I'm interested in today is actually Trevor Byford, who usually makes racing or commentating racing a lot of fun. He makes a lot of overtakes. He really has some racecraft. He might not be the best qualifier ever, but from what I've seen so far, when I was commentating last season, he is a hell of a race car driver, ladies and gentlemen. I think his racecraft is way better than his one-lap speed, and we'll see some maneuvers from him. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, and interestingly, Van der Leyen made a qualifying lap, and he's almost 9 seconds off from the leaders.
Oh, well, that's not a good lap.
So, as it stands now, everyone made at least a qualifying lap, a clean lap.
But I think Sam van der Leyen, Linden. Oh, I thought he was going for another lap, but no, he stopped, sadly.
He stopped, yeah.
Shoot, most people are in the pits. Who we can still count on is, oh, Darren Byford, I wanted to say, but probably messed up one of the corners. But Frederick Shade, or I'm not sure how to pronounce it again. I'm sorry to all the German viewers. Frederick Shade is still on a hot lap and still hasn't given up, which is obviously a good thing. Oh. Hi, I can participate at this championship even as a wildcard, or you can do wildcard, of course. I participated in the season 2 and I would like to race again with this community. Yeah, you can, of course. Just shoot me a text on Discord and I can put you in as a reserve driver.
Of course. We are happy to see everyone racing here at Speedy.
Oh, and my guy, he's our Prime subscriber, or at least was. Of course you can. I would never say no to anyone. Except if we are full. Of course, then I have to. But other than that, of course you can. Just register for the championship and I'll put the rank on you. So everyone has finished their qualifying laps. So in the meanwhile, we might as well just...
Oh, we have Richard Forsak in the chat.
Oh, we do?
Would you say yes to Yildiz?
No, definitely not. Yildiz? You're talking about?
Yeah.
No, not Yildiz. But you get what I mean. I remember Yildiz said I wouldn't say yes to that, but yeah. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. Yildiz was, I think, a Turkish driver who was crashing people a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. So, no.
Yeah, so...
Maybe if he would have improved, and but I wouldn't say he would be a wild card, you know? I would like him to complete all of those races. So, but, excuse me, in the meanwhile, I got sidetracked. We have our track walk coming on. The race starts with a long straight, actually, this time, heading into the infamous 2 chicanes, the first 2 corners of Monza. Then we have the Curva Grande, which is a long right-hander going into another chicane. Then we have 2 corners following each other, a corner combination, which is quite interesting. I think a great overtaking opportunity. Then we have the infamous Ascari, which is, again, great overtaking opportunity, but you have to be really careful on when you overtake, how you overtake. You probably have to do a switchback. It's not hard to pull off, but you need some experience. And then closing off the race track, or the track walk, is the Parabolica, which is a long right-hander leading up to the start and finish straight. So, as we are done with that, we can go back to our starting screen. And I would like me and Lolly to introduce the drivers. So, we'll be taking the 3rd onboard camera, starting with the first row. First driver will be Luca Caroso with a beautiful lap time, outperforming everyone on the grid. Then, Lolly, take the second one.
Then on the second one we have Giacomo Testai, who is an older, who was the second on our last championship.
Then, closing off the first row, coming into the second row will be Dominic Kittel with an absolutely astonishing lap time with the Garage 59 McLaren. Before will be Scott Brewer with the SPS Automotive Performance. Beautiful livery there, having some Jack Sparrow vibes. Then P5 will be Trevor Byford, one of our British drivers. He was also taking part in our last championship in the same McLaren. Oh, starting backwards.
Oh, damn.
Then, you're up, Lully.
Yeah, then on 6th place we have Jakub Wrobelski with his McLaren.
Ferrari.
Oh, damn. Sorry. Ferrari.
Damn. Then P7 will be... Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
And on P7 we have another Ferrari driven by Andras Monteunas.
What? It's...
I mean, I mispronounced him.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And
Arvidas,
Arvidas Monteunas.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I would have misread that as well. Then P8 will be Mindaugas Turovas, I think, with the off-course Ferrari. P9 will be JJ Stone with the ACC Racing BMW. Then you can take it from here.
Alright, then on 11th place we have Frederick Schade with his Aston Martin Vantage. On 12th place we have Darren Byford in an Aston Martin too. On 13th place we have Max Nachev, a Dutch driver with his Ferrari.
Then P14 I'll be taking over for just a bit. We have Dominik Czernecki with his McLaren, a beautiful, how do you say it, manufacturer's car. They don't have any special livery. Then Hamdab my bad. Abid, yeah, my bad. With the HA Racing Ferrari. P16 will be Corin Herman. 17 will be Elias Geiregat. Well, I've pronounced this one before. Then Alexander Doring will be following in P18. P19 will be Antonio Montagami. P20 will be Krish Yaip Rakash. I'm sorry for pronouncing some names incorrectly, and you can take the last two, Lolly.
Yeah. And on 21st place we have
What is happening? Where is... Yes.
happening with the cameras.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the broadcasting software is weird.
On the 21st place we have Jido Racing. I think I pronounced it well. We don't know the driver for sure. And on the last place we have Sam van der Leyen.
Linden,
sorry.
it's fine. Okay, so now we can jump to the race leaders. We can already see them lining up double file. Occupying the first row is, just repeating, Luca Carozzo and Giacomo Testai. Coming around Parabolica, the long right-hander, which is also a prime overtaking spot, by the way. You just really have to nail the exit, or if you don't, you'll get overtaken just by your exit speed. Lining up double file. Now enforced the 60 or 80 kilometer per hour speed limit. I'm not even sure, I haven't raced in a long while. And they get the green, and Giacomo Testai has a great start at the race.
Yeah,
even David Kittel, David Kittel manages to come side by side with Luca Carozzo, but who will get it? Who will get it into the first corner? Giacomo Testai manages to clear the both of the drivers. Oh, small contact, and oh, what is happening in the end of the grid? A lot of people spinning. Wow, a car.
Wow.
I don't even know who that was. It was a BMW of, I think, JJ Stone, who was spun around. Now we can see, oh, what is happening? The McLaren driver. I think it's... Even the tower cannot keep up with who's where. Giacomo Testai got out of that situation nicely. But in the back, we have a lot of battles going on.
Especially because the league is mixed because of that huge crash.
Wow. Okay, so we can see GT Racing being overtaken by, I think. No, GT Racing is overtaking. I think it's Max Nechev. No, it's not Max Nechev. Who is it? No, it's GT Racing getting overtaken by one of the Ferraris.
Yes, and
Who
Kita
is-
got overtaken by one of the Mercedes, who was Brewer.
Scott Brewer, I think. Yes.
Brewer, yeah, and
Oh,
Kittel.
and Kittel dives down on the inside
Yeah.
into Parabolica. And now side by side, the two cars. The Mercedes seems to be having a better exit out of the corner. Let's see if Brewer can maintain his position at the front. Oh, interesting maneuvers from Dominic, I think. Yes, Dominic Kittel, but still side by side, the two cars. They just cannot let each other go. Kittel falling a bit behind to get some slipstream. Maybe tries to dive down on the inside, and he manages. And side by side, the two cars, a bit of a bump, sending the Mercedes off track. And the Mercedes driver was just like, okay, let's cut the track at this point. But I think we'll be seeing a great battle between the two. In the meanwhile, Trevor Byford in P5, where he started from, is actually climbing the ladder, and he's closing the gap.
Yeah, the two Byfords are side by side almost.
Oh yeah, true. Darren and Trevor Byford are head to toe. They are right behind each other. Okay, let's see if there is any other unfolding battles in the back. Oh, I can see one in P9 with Dominik Czernecki. Dominik Czernecki is being overtaken by Turovas. Let's see, can the Ferrari driver dive down on the inside? No, he cannot. The McLaren driver is still there. Czernecki is still there, hanging tight, trying to gather some slipstream to maintain his position. McLaren driver is... Oh, what is happening into turn one?
Damn.
One of the BMWs, I think it was JJ
contact there.
Stone. Yes, JJ Stone. JJ Stone got spun around into the chicanes. And Wroblewski actually got a stop-and-go penalty for some reason, probably for cutting the track too much, because I don't think he was in the pits. Oh, what happened there? A bit of a connection loss. One of the Ferraris has been disappearing, doing some Harry Potter magic. So Dominik Czernecki, cameras are still on him, but we might as well just switch to Darren Byford, closing up to potentially his brother, I'm not sure. Because we still didn't get a chance to interview the two guys, and I'm not sure if they are brothers or not.
Oh, and
Oh, what happened to Kittel?
Kittel spun.
Kittel spun around, so he's out of the three-way battle for first place. Testa is holding strong in P1 in the meanwhile.
But Caruso is closing up on him.
Oh! Montagnani is also spinning in Ascari. What is happening? Completely chaotic first few laps, with JJ Stone also trying to recover. Oh, and side by side, we just managed to catch a battle between Corin Herman And who is the driver ahead of him? Alexander Doring. The BMW driver did not manage,
And
even on the inside, to secure a place in the meanwhile. In the back, one of the BMWs, it was Gairegat, who went off track.
And Al Carozzo made the fastest lap of this race so far.
He might be securing the extra point with that, as we know, a fastest lap gets you an extra point.
Yeah.
When the BMW still trying to appear in the rearview mirror of Herman. Currently, this strategy isn't really working. Probably he'll need to work the Ferrari driver for a few more laps. Now from the slipstream, it is a really big advantage for front-engine cars, you know, big bulky cars, to have some slipstream, especially over these smaller supercar type cars.
And
manages to make the overtake through Ascari.
Manages to make yeah.
It's really crucial for a BMW, for example, to have slipstream, because they slide through the air a bit worse than, for example, a Ferrari. And of course, they try to make these cars as equal as possible. But I think this way, the BMW actually has an advantage, for example, on Monza, because if someone is going ahead of him, he'll be light years faster with the slipstream than, for example, if a Ferrari would be receiving slipstream. As we can see, oh, nice tactic, but he wasn't gaining as much on the straight. Herman manages to fight back.
Yeah,
So
it
Herman,
was such a clean overtake for him, from him. And Testai actually getting back the fastest lap.
oh, and
as we
side
can
by side,
see.
the two cars. The BMW from the outside, is he going to send it? No, but JJ Stone arriving.
And bumping him from the back.
He had enough. He had enough. JJ Stone was like, I won't be struggling with these two battling each other. I just want to proceed with my mission and get back into the top 10. Of course, the stewards will be looking at this incident as soon as it gets reported.
Yeah, it was a bit dirty move from him.
I mean, it might have been just, you know, him not being able to stop his car. The speed wasn't too much. The speed wasn't too much. Like, you can see that he made the corner. He didn't have, he didn't have to run wide. Oh, and JJ Stone from the slipstream. What I said, a big gap in speeds. And on the exit, can JJ Stone from the better line. Of course, he'll have a bit of a worse exit, but he'll have a better line. Side by side, the two cars. And I think there's a third player coming into this for 11th place and pushing the BMW driver. What is happening? Oh, and the Aston Martin launches down on the inside. He couldn't stop his car. But what is JJ Stone doing, guys? What is JJ Stone doing?
Yeah, if you can switch to the top 5, we can see Byford and Kittel battling.
Byford?
No, Byford already overtook Kittel. That was like 10 seconds ago.
Ah, okay.
Kittel battling with Molten Yunas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Czernetsky received the drive-through penalty, and Wroblewski got disqualified because he didn't serve it. Yeah, he didn't serve his penalty.
Actually, he tried to serve his penalty, but he's
But in the pit lane.
Yeah, he's bad in the pit lane, which got him disqualified.
Also, P20 is in the pits. And we can see some big gaps through the grid. We can see that Czarnecki is trying to serve his drive-through penalty. He's going into the pits, so David Kittel has some breathing room. He doesn't have to worry about getting overtaken again, but we can see some major damage on aerodynamics on that McLaren. Probably he was in an incident. We saw him spin around, probably hit the wall, and it will compromise his straight line speed for sure. So David Kittel, if they don't have the pace now, probably they can wave goodbye to that top 5. In the meanwhile, Luca Caruso is actually losing Giacomo Testai. As we can see, Luca Caruso had a great qualifying lap, but his car wasn't set up for racing.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how it seems.
As far as I know, Testai uses some crazy setups for his car, and I had the chance to try them out, and they are really good setups.
And they are well balanced, so they are really good for racing as well. And they weren't last for qualifying. Oh, and we can see a battle between Geragat. No, it's not even Geragat. It's Shade and Herman battling. Oh, and the Aston Martin couldn't make the corner. No. On the braking zone, he slipped onto the grass, launching him onto the gravel trap.
By the way, Kittel spun again.
Oh.
And which resulted Trevor and David Byford to overtake him.
Trevor and David Byford were already ahead of him. Kittel was in P6.
Maybe?
Kittel was in P6, so Brewer and Turovas managed to gain some places. Also, Brewer has been having a quiet race other than the first few laps. He was also nearing the top 3, so I'm not sure what happened to him. He doesn't seem to have any cosmetic damages. Hopefully he doesn't have any. And in P6, putting down a decent pace. He's pretty close to Darren Byford's times. Even faster. Oh, and Brewer. Is he going up to P5? No. Okay, my broadcasting software is tripping. Oh, what happened to Giacomo Testai?
We don't know it yet. He said before the race started, maybe he can't finish the race. He needs to go. I don't know if that's the case here.
The race leader is out of the race. Luca Caruso having P1 falling into his lap. Wow, what a dramatic end. Giacomo Testai disappearing mid-race.
Yeah.
But good news for the Byford brothers, if they are brothers, because they might be able to pull off a double podium, as Trevor and Darren Byford are currently P2 and P3. Just what I said. Trevor Byford starting from P5 already up to P2, and Darren Byford was, I think, starting out of the top 10. Or somewhere close to the 10 line.
I think around 8th position.
When we can see the Aston Martin's shouting engine behind Darren Byford. Or ahead Darren Byford, my bad. The engine bay is in the Aston Martin is in the front. Having some crazy pace, these two guys. The question is, will it be enough to catch Luca Caruso, or can Caruso still dictate the pace and get ahead? The gap is already over 10 seconds. Oh, and there's a double yellow on track. Someone is going into the pits.
Yeah, but we have the double yellow in the pits.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
When the downshifts in this Aston Martin are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, Aston Martin Vantage has the best sounds in the game, I think, or I love the sound of the Aston Martin. Both upshifting and downshifting.
Well, which Vantage? It depends.
The V8 one. Yeah, because we have two in the game.
Yeah, isn't this the V... Yeah, this is the V8 one, okay. I love
the V8 one, yeah.
I love the V12. No, this is... Wait. This is the V12 one. No?
Great question. I don't know.
Well... Yes, this is the V12 one. I love the V8 one. Oh, and Van der Linden, in the meanwhile, gets a drive-through penalty. Oh, and there's a battle going on track. It's with Frederick Shade in the Aston Martin. He's getting chased by Geiregat. He just overtook Geiregat. And the BMW might be able to catch back up. And the Aston Martin has some visual damage. You can see that it's been going through some wear and tear. In the meanwhile, Geiregat ran wide, so Shade has a moment of peace.
Yeah, I got a message from Testai saying he put the car into the wall.
Oh shoot.
And then he just gave up.
No. We didn't even see that. That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, he said that, so I think it's true. But we didn't see that.
No, it's just sad that we didn't see it. You know, we don't have it on camera. So the Aston Martin managed to get away quite well. Oh, and Czarnecki. Czarnecki is in the wall. He also had a quite great pace in the beginning of the race. I'm not sure what's happening to them. A lot of people in the beginning getting through the big mess and then now making mistakes. It just seems strange.
They are getting less focused on driving.
I mean, it's only 20 minutes into the race, so that's why I'm quite surprised, you know.
Yeah, they usually do this in the last 10 minutes and making mistakes in the last seconds.
Pierluigi Sandalo is also catching up to Geiregat. potentially having a shot at securing P10 and getting into... Oh! What happened to Geiregat? What? Okay, that was interesting. The tower was fooling me because Geiregat was already behind Sandalo.
Yeah. And I think
Well,
soon the drivers start to go to the pits and change tires or just refuel.
also, why don't we have a pit window?
We have a pit window.
We don't have a pit window, do we? I mean, they won't go now if the pit window isn't open. The pit window should be open in about a few minutes. It will be open for
Oh, and
10-ish minutes, so 2.5 minutes. But in the meanwhile, we can see Frederick Shade trying to battle the Ferrari ahead of him. And as you can see, this is the V8 Aston Martin.
yeah,
And
and the
now,
pit window just opens.
pit window opens. And I was wrong, it is for approximately 16 minutes. 15, my bad, 15 minutes. And this beautiful V8 Aston Martin is already coming into the pits, potentially trying an undercut. The question is, will it pay off? Or will it screw over the Aston Martin driver? Because of course you can have some short-term advantage, you can make the overtake not on track, but then you will be at a tire disadvantage because you came out so early.
Yeah. We don't know it yet. His strategy will pay off or not. I hope he will be in the top 10.
Great lines, getting to warm up those tires, but in the meanwhile, we should be focusing on a battle on track. I think we should take a look at Nechev with the APX GP Ferrari. Oh, kicking the back end through Ascari, compromising his exit speed. Oh, and someone, was it JJ Stone? Someone spun around. What,
No,
or
it
was it?
wasn't JJ Stone. But he's on the 7th place. Gained a lot with a chaotic start.
Well, that is true. So yeah, what I love about Monza is that it's mainly, you know, a quite a speedy track. You are usually cruising at high speeds. You're not like, oh, I have a really slow section, then I have a really fast section. These sections are usually all quite fast. So there is no like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna slow down a bit, you know, I'm gonna preserve my tires and fuel. No, you cannot do that in Monza. Of course you can coast into some corners, but it's really hard to save some fuel because you have a lot of long straights and you have to do full gas, because if you don't, you will just, you know, fall behind.
Exactly.
And also Ascari and a lot of, you know, longer right-handers on this track are eating away tires, so tire disadvantages will show way more. The tire wear around the track, just one lap, is way more. So pit strategy is crucial, just even from just that standpoint.
Yeah, a few drivers already made their pit stops, and I think around half of our league made it so far.
Oh yeah. I mean, not
Yeah.
really. We have like a few people, like 4 people, completing their pit stops. I think most people will hold out until last minute, just so that they can preserve, not preserve
Yeah,
their tires, but have as much of a
they have.
tire advantage as they
Yes,
can.
I will do the same, probably.
Oh, someone followed. I forgot to thank them. Wait.
Yeah, we have a new follower.
Oh, thank you, John. Thank you so much for the follow. It was 42 minutes ago. Shoot. I hope you're still watching. I try to be really attentive, but we were more focused on comments. So back to JJ Stone and
He's now on P6.
the other drivers around the track. Oh, we can see a battle between Darren Byford and Scott Brewer. The 2 front engine cars.
They are side by side.
A German car, a German machinery. And the British excellence and elegance battle it out on track. The Aston Martin and the Mercedes. And on the inside still, Darren Byford compromised his exit, trying to get some slipstream in the before the long straight. He still has a chance to dive down on the inside into the chicane. Oh, going
And
side
he
by
does.
side.
Going
He'll have
side
the
by
inside
side to
line.
turn 3.
Side by side on the inside, and he gets cut off by the Mercedes. He couldn't make the overtake. It was too risky. Remind you, both of these drivers still have to pit, and it might be a smart strategy for Darren Byford to stick with the Mercedes or do an undercut. I'm not in the driver's seat, so I don't really know which would be the best option.
Still here, man. John answered to us.
Ah, thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you for the follow. So Darren Byford falling a bit behind. Seems like he's a bit out of pace. But let's see who else is battling on track. Frederick Shade had a lot of battles, and he's coming into the pits.
He's coming into pits.
So probably he's trying to do
Currently there are 6 people
an undercut.
in the pit. Yeah.
So he's trying to do an undercut on Scott Brewer. He'll have a pace advantage for a few laps. And it might just be enough to make up the time. But what I wanted to say is that Frederick Shade is always in some kind of a battle, currently in the top 10, with a lot of the drivers ahead of him who didn't pit yet. And I think the one ahead of him, I don't even know who that is, but Frederick Shade was going off the track for a second.
Czarnecki.
Czarnecki, but he isn't right in front of him. It's like 17 seconds of a gap. I thought they were closer, that's why I switched to them. In the meanwhile, Alexander Doring trying to make up some time. He was battling a lot. He got spun around, sadly, by Frederick Shade. So it's quite sad. Oh, Sam Wonderlinden. A lot of cosmetic damage, potentially a lot of aerodynamic damage, but he's in the pits again. So it's
And
definitely not his race.
Yeah, and our race leaders is in the pits too.
Oh, Luca Caruso. And what happened to the Byford brothers? I mean, Darren Byford came to the pits, but Trevor Byford kind of fell off.
The fact is, they both were in the pits.
I mean, Trevor
That's why.
Byford is coming into the pits now. But he kind of fell off, like he was P2.
Yeah, and
So
he
he
was
got-
in the pit, and then
He wasn't
that's
in the
his
pits.
second.
He wasn't in the pits, he's going into the pits now. Scott Brewer, Turovas, JJ Stone all overtook him before he came into the pits. He was P2 before, and he just came into the pits now.
Yeah, but I
And
don't know what happened with him.
Brewer also came into the pits. So
And
Brewer
now,
overtook him. So Caruso came out of the pits, but now JJ Stone is ahead of him. Lucky thing is JJ Stone still didn't pit, so probably Caruso will regain his first place. Oh, and on the
yeah, and
outside, what a clean. Oh, I wanted to say what a clean overtake. I'm not sure if you saw the Ferrari going around on the exit.
not really.
So only 4 minutes left in the pit window. Everyone should be completing their mandatory pit stops now.
Yeah.
Probably JJ Stone is coming out as well.
We will see soon. He's in the final turn.
He's in Parabolica, yes, in the final turn. Is he coming to the pits this lap or next lap? He is coming now.
Oh.
And he manages to slow it down in time. Now the question is, can Trevor Byford make those places up which he lost? What I'm suspecting is that he somewhere spun around, went off the track and lost those positions, and now gets overtaken by one of the lapped cars. Or is it Czernetsky? Might be Czernetsky. No, it's not. Which McLaren is that then? Oh, it was
Kittel.
Kittel. Yes, it was Kittel. Oh, and JJ Stone is in the pits with Scott Brewer. Oh, not Scott Brewer, sorry. Czernetsky.
Czernetsky made a great comeback too.
Well,
He
the question
started
is,
in the midfield.
the
if
question-
I remember.
yeah, and he had an incident. He was kind of at the back and then made
Yeah.
quite a good comeback. The question is where he'll be coming out. And I'm not sure what this Mercedes is on, but the SBS Automotive Performance Mercedes AMG is reclaiming second place from Trevor Byford, Darren Byford. Overtook a lot of people, so it's just absolutely nuts what's been happening. Also, Trevor Byford is currently P6. He for sure got into an incident because Darren Byford is still in P3.
Yeah.
And we'll go on to battle with, oh, another big surprise is that Frederick Shade made his mandatory pit stop. coming from the back of the pack, and he's currently P4. Did you see that? It was such
Yeah.
a... Such a quiet comeback, or not even a comeback, just a ramming through the field.
Yeah. He had an incident early on of this race, and a lot of people made great comebacks.
I think Frederick Shade wasn't even, you know, at the front. He was just like battling his way through.
Yeah, and now he's going for a third place.
Oh, Darren Byford made a mistake into the second chicane, cutting the track a bit, going onto the sausage curb. And that might give a chance for Frederick Shade to overtake. Question is, does he have the pace? It will be the battle of two Aston Martins. Oh, and someone spun around.
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
Who is that?
Good question. Honestly, no idea. But I think it is a labbed car.
Oh, it was Van der Linden.
Oh, Van der Linden. He stopped on track.
Yeah. We don't know it why.
Oh! And where is Frederick Shade? So Frederick Shade currently P4. Still trying to get up to Darren Byford, and he seems to be having a better pace. Up until this point, we don't know if that's going to change. But we can for sure hear that Aston Martin getting closer to its rival. What are your thoughts? Do you think we'll be seeing a battle? And if we will, who do you think will be coming out on top?
I think based on the times, we will see a battle. I think in 4 laps, maybe 5. And to be honest, I don't know the results. Like,
I mean, we know
anything can
that
happen yet. Yeah.
we know that Darren Byford is quite a good driver, especially
Yeah.
around this track with that car. He seems to be having a good time, has a good set rhythm, a good setup helping him. Of course, he doesn't quite have the pace now. I mean, he does. He is getting away sometimes from Frederick Shade.
Yeah,
But then
the
sometimes
fact
Frederick
is,
Shade is closing the gap, so it's really ambiguous on who is going to win.
yeah, the fact is, I seeing Frederick Shade for the first time racing here, and I can't really predict what will happen. But yeah, that's for sure. Byford is a great driver, and he will try to keep his position and defend it in the last 20. I mean, yeah, 20 minutes.
20-ish minutes,
of the
yeah.
race. 20-ish minutes of the race. And we will see soon. And JJ Stone is closing up on Herman too.
So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on them too. Oh, JJ Stone is actually really close. Wow. Well, say if you see anything closer than the battle between Frederick Shade and Darren Byford, because I'll be spectating the two of them.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, JJ Stone, wait. Really close to the Ferrari you had. let's see. We've been seeing these two battling each other. Until then, please spectate the battle between Frederick Shade and Darren Byford, just so that we don't miss that one either. But the BMW from the slipstream closing up, trying to...
And he's trying to
Oh,
overtake.
diving down on the inside, contact between the two. The Ferrari did not leave enough space for JJ Stone. I don't see where the BMW should have gone. So I think it was absolutely the Ferrari's fault. But they just cut the track, they kept their positions, and we are back to square one. In the meanwhile, we can still see Darren Byford and Frederick Shade getting closer to each other, teasing each other. Mainly Frederick Shade teasing Darren Byford, because I don't think Darren Byford likes the idea of Frederick Shade coming any closer than he is now. But JJ Stone is closing the gap quite quickly to Corin Herman.
Yeah, he's not giving up on P8.
Oh, and he's flashing his lights. He's trying to distract the driver ahead. And it seems to be working. Let's see what will happen between the two. Close to getting some slipstream. The BMW is trying to catch on to something. Literally anything. He just needs to try going ahead. Now he learned from his mistake, not diving down on the inside. He wasn't even in that position to dive down this time around. But he might just be a bit more patient this time. I think it would definitely pay off. Oh, and Frederick Shade is now 3 seconds off of Darren Byford.
Yeah, Shade actually losing the time there.
So Darren Byford might have saved up enough fuel to say, well, might as well just go flat out. So now let's see the BMW from the slipstream. A big pace difference, as we can see.
And JJ Stone breaks early.
Wouldn't say he braked early, but he did gain a lot of time, still in the braking zone as well. He wasn't in an attacking position yet, but he might be now really close from the slipstream. A big pace difference, nearly a flyby overtake, but he didn't manage to clear the Ferrari driver. Oh, but the Ferrari driver didn't hit his braking point. Kind of a dirty move to keep his place, if that was the intention.
Yeah, but he can do it for long, and sooner or later he needs to give that position to JJ Stone.
I mean, not give that position, but at least JJ Stone will be knocking on that door again and will be coming for that position and again and again. And that stress might as well just, you know, kind of ruin the pace of Corin Herman. Just get into his head, you know, distract him. And as soon as Corin Herman gives in to being distracted, to being a bit, you know, lazy, just not focused, he might just lose that position. And from the outside, JJ Stone again trying to make that overtake happen. I'm not sure if
happens on this.
He definitely won't be catching the Ferrari on the straight, but he'll get closer, as always.
He's flashing his lights.
as always. He's like, get out of my way, I'm faster. So now JJ Stone
It's catching up again, yeah.
catching up. Can he throw it on the inside? This time he manages to get the inside. And what is happening? He's just making room for himself and pulling the same tactic as the Ferrari did before. Manages to clear Corin Herman.
And what happened with this other BMW?
Don't ask. No idea. That was the BMW of... Where is he? Did he leave?
No, on
I think he did.
Eric Gary
Yeah.
J Regat.
Yeah, Geirgat, yeah?
J Regat, he's on 13th place.
Oh yeah, true. That was him. Oh, Darren Byford is putting in hell of a lap time. 148.
Yeah, if we switch to Frederick Shade, he's side by side with Turovas.
If I can. Where is he? I have two of us. And two of us was catching up to him, or Frederick Shade was making a lot of mistakes. But the Ferrari is for sure catching up, and in the back of him. He is in the back of him. Frederick is a really good friend of mine, and I can say he's a good driver. Oh, he definitely is. I mean, he had an amazing race so far. Now his tires are probably giving out, and the Ferrari on the inside. Two of us manages to clear Frederick Shade. So Truvas now getting himself in P4. On the verge of getting on the podium. And if he has the pace, he might be able to catch up to Darren Byford, which is kind of unlikely. Darren Byford is doing great lap times.
Yeah, that's really unlikely.
Especially with 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah,
especially with 10 minutes left.
And someone got a drive-through penalty.
Oh. Doring. What is happening to Alexander Doring, the German driver, MP10? Probably he was cutting the track a bit too many times.
And he slips a bit. So as we can see, actually, Turovas is catching up on Byford. But that's very unlikely he managed to get even near close to Byford. Vander is almost over. Oh. Brewer spun and crashed into the wall. Now he's back in the pits, which means Ryan Byford have the chance to take the second place, and maybe we can see Turovas
on the absolute podium.
On the podium, yeah, and sadly
Brewer left.
Brewer just left. Yeah.
So Darren Byford has a secured place on the second step of the podium. What a sad ending. Scott Brewer.
Ending of Brewer.
Scott Brewer had
Scott
a
Brewer.
great race in that beautiful Mercedes AMG.
Yeah.
Wow. I am really sorry. They had such a great race. In the meanwhile, we can see Trevor Byford also catching up.
Yeah. Turos is catching up on Byford really quick.
No. Trevor Byford catching up to Frederick Shade.
Well, we can say that too.
They are getting a bit closer. Oh, what is happening? Did Darren Byford spin? Because there was a yellow flag, not that far ahead.
No. He did not.
Ah, okay. I was scared for a second. I was like,
Alexander Doring again.
oh, Alexander Doring. So now Trevor Byford getting really close, like absolutely close to Frederick Shade, close to 2 seconds, which is of course still a lot, but it's a workable distance. And it's one thing to catch up to Frederick Shade for Trevor Byford, but it's another to actually overtake. The question is how much time, if he catches up, he'll have left to actually make the overtake. And Turovas is catching Darren Byford as well. Like, really quickly.
Yeah. We will see an interesting end of this race for sure.
Oh, and as we can see, there are some lapped cars, making the job of these drivers a bit harder. Of course, these lapped cars get blue flagged, but they still have a say in what's going to happen. And now we can see Trevor Byford close to only a second of a distance. Ooh, what a save from Trevor Byford. I thought he was going to spin it. He was really close to spinning it. And Trevor Byford goes through without a scratch. Wow.
Wow. He avoided that so well.
Well, there goes Trevor Byford's chance to actually catching up, but at least his car is not harmed and he got out of the huge mess that was awaiting him.
Yeah.
All I can say is this race is absolute cinema, to be honest. It is. I would watch it over and over again until this point. And then we still have the last 5 minutes, the last approximately 3 laps.
And most likely 3 laps left.
Two Byfords are stealing a lot of our screen time or camera time. They really enjoy being in the spotlight, as it seems. Oh, and Frederick Shade is catching up to our P3, so he might as well have a chance at the podium once again.
Yeah, the podium fight is still not over yet.
Although we cannot see the two drivers on the same screen yet, as Turvas is a bit further ahead. And it's
Yeah, but even
only a few laps left, but still, I'm not giving up hope.
even a little mistake can change things here.
Oh, and now lapping one of the cars is...
It was Montagnani from who is in P16.
Czarnecki in the pits with a banged up car after that incident. Oh, what is happening? Did you see this?
No? What happened?
It was just a lapping, but wow, a flyby overtake. Oh, what is happening here? Dominic Kittel finding himself with Trevor Byford once again.
Dominic Kittel actually catched up really good after he threw into the wall like 2 or 3 times already.
Yeah, I
Even the
mean,
gray back.
he could have been one of the top 3, if I'm being honest. Like, he had a really good qualifying time. I think he kind of messed up. Of course, it's somewhat of a recovery, but I would have expected him to be in the top 5.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Frederick Shade's driving today is just absolutely amazing. I wouldn't have expected him to be there. I'm not even sure where he started from, but he was somewhere in the mid-pack in the end.
Yeah, I can check it quickly. Give me a minute. Frederick Shade started from the 11th position.
Exactly. So out of the top 10, that's a great progress in a race.
Yeah, that's definitely a great progress.
So Frederick Shade is making some people at home really, really proud.
Yeah.
The only thing that could make them even more proud is a podium, which probably won't happen anymore. He did miss his chance, but it is still a great, great race.
And we can see JJ Stone actually really close to Motayunas.
Oh,
Maybe on the final lap he can overtake him.
I mean, this is the final lap, so
Yeah, he needs to be quick.
he needs to be quick, and not just quick, but extremely fast. That's not even quick, that's like extremely fast. He just caught him, and he has, what, half a lap to overtake? It seems a bit far-fetched, but it is manageable if he uses the time right, and he drives really well. You know, float like a Cadillac, sting like a Beamer.
Yeah, to
And
be
he's...
honest, JJ Stone could have been in the top 5 too.
Yes, I think so too, but what I wanted to say, did you get my car's reference? Ha, because he's actually in a Beamer, he's in a BMW. Ha, float like a Cadillac, sting like a Beamer. Ha. No, no,
No,
no,
sorry.
no.
Damn.
So yeah, but this was the last lap, and let's see. Or was it the last lap? Oh, he actually has another lap. JJ Stone has another lap to make that overtake, because Luca Carozzo didn't finish his lap yet. Even slowing down, not pressing full gas. Crossing the finish line is Luca Carozzo, winning the first race of the Speediot Season 4 GT3 Championship.
Yeah.
A home win. What a better way to start the season than with a home win.
Congratulations for the driver. But it's not end yet because JJ Stone is still trying to get his overtake.
I mean, he's still quite far away, and they are nearing the end of that one lap. Meanwhile, Darren Byford is finishing his lap. So picking up P2 will be Darren Byford. What an amazing race from him as well. And then P3 will be Mindaugas Turovas. Frederick Shade in P4. But back to JJ Stone. Into the last corner. Will he dive bomb? He won't. It's just too far away.
Yeah.
It's just too far away. So JJ Stone doing everything he could. But it's only enough for 7th place. By the way, Trevor Byford managed to secure P5. Just where he started from.
And someone got a tap and go.
Stop and go penalty. One of the Indian drivers, Jai Prakash.
Yeah.
Or Jai Prakash, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I was pronouncing Paranyape as Paranyape as well, not Paranjape. So, hope that I'm pronouncing it right. Well, that was race 1 of season 4.
Yes, you are mentioned, man. Paranyape is in the chat, so...
Great race. I am mentioned. Oh my god. So yeah.
We would love to see you back in the grid, man.
So, I think it was a great race. A great end to today. Full of drama, full of racing action, as always at Speediot. And let's see if we can get some drivers to come and get interviewed.
Yeah.
Where's the commentating booth? Where's the commentating booth? We don't have a commentating booth.
I mean, stage.
Do we have a stage? We don't even.
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't know very.
I will make one. This is monthly.
Okay.
This is Endu. This is okay. I'll just create a interviews podium. Just come in. So we are currently in the interviews channel. Well, what a great finish to this race. So Lolly, if you put up your hand, I can grab you on first, and then we can grab some other drivers as well. So hello. So we are in the commentating booth or interview booth. Anyone who wants to get interviewed, please put up your hands, and then I can grab you on one by one. Everyone seems a bit shy. You have to put up your hand, and then that's when I can. Is the hand disabled? No. Hello.
Well, hello. It's Sam van der Linden here.
Ah, hello.
Like the last place. Yeah.
So what
It
happened?
was a crazy race.
So what happened? We saw you in the practice having quite good lap times,
Yeah.
and then having an unfortunate, like a series of unfortunate events during the beginning of the race, picking up some aerodynamic damage. So can you tell us what happened there?
Yeah, first in the qualifying, there was one person who, it was a weird accident at the end of my lap. It was a pretty good lap, I think, and then he shooted me off the track. And then in the race, I started great. I think I was P14 at some point in the beginning. And afterwards, I fell down. I crashed once, and then I was P18, and then I had major aerodynamics damage and cosmetic damage. So I went into the pits, and I got a drive-through penalty as well. So that didn't help also. But yeah, in the end, I just thought I'm gonna enjoy the race. Look at my mate Gergat, and he did well. He got a point, 12th place, so I'm happy for him as well. And I'm very happy for Luca Caroso. He raced very well. And yeah, just congrats to everyone who played in this. I'm sorry for hindering some people as well, but I hope I can make this good.
Well, thank you so much for racing with us. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next week. Except if you want to
Thank
end anything
you.
else.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. I'm not sure if I can take priorities, but I can see Luca Caroso being in the audience. So if you put up your hand, I can just grab you onto the podium as the race winner. If you want to get interviewed. Well, in the meanwhile, I'll grab another driver. Hello. Who do we have here?
Oh, hello. Hello.
So who do we have here? Because I cannot see your name on Discord.
Mindaugas Turovas.
Ah, so how was the race? How do you feel?
I'm feeling a bit tired. My hands are shaking. I don't know what to say even.
Well, I mean,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised of this third place. For me, it's something new. So I don't know.
Well, you got onto the podium, which was well deserved. I mean, your racing pace was quite nice. You had a pretty quiet race in the beginning, and then I saw you come up and just being there when you needed it to be, and you managed to overtake Frederick Shade. So, congratulations to that third place. Anything to add?
Thank you, sir. I don't know. I'm just a little bit shocked because of this third place of everything. So I don't have even a lot of practice. I did few laps only. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the race, and I wish you a lot of more podiums like this.
I hope also.
Thank you very much for being here today, and I'll move on to another driver if we have any.
Okay, thank you.
Have a nice evening.
You too, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So in the end, Luca Caroso did not put up his hand, and I couldn't invite him to speak. But thank you everyone for being here. This was it for interviews. Hope to see you tomorrow with the NASCAR series and also with the LMU. We are still looking for commentators, so if you want to just DM me or open a ticket on our Discord server. And have a nice evening, everyone.